and then Lorelai goes back home in those pajamas.
Then so now she's back home and coffee is made again. We have to look at this coffee maker to see.
We do have to look because somebody said on our YouTube comments, they said, because you said about a different episode that they wake up and the coffee's already made. Who made the coffee? Somebody said, hey, don't you think that Lorelai would have a coffee machine that just starts at a certain time? And that was a good point.
I don't think she does. I think you commented, we're going to go look at this coffee maker. I tried to look. I couldn't see if it was one that could be. I don't think Lorelai has a self-starting coffee maker. Whatever.
But she says no to coffee.
Which I've never heard of in the morning.
Chris says that means that something's bad. And she's like, you think?
I'm a rat. I'm a jerk. And she starts berating herself. She gives herself the talking to she wishes Luke had given her.
No, but back home, Chris says no coffee. No coffee means there's something wrong. And she starts telling Chris how she really feels. And she's like, she says it was Chernobyl and the Hindenburg one.
Right.
And he basically says, I want to marry you.
Yep.
Chris, you are such an idiot.
You were such a child.
Uh-huh.
You were such a child. Now, I think that he wants to marry her for her parents' money.
But his parents have money.
Yeah, but they're mad at him.
So what? She's not getting any. She clearly doesn't have any money. He wants to marry her because he's a child and he sees that will fix all of his emotional problems. I just have to be with this woman who always, because Lorelai is the good drug for him.
Right.
Because when he sleeps with Lorelai, he doesn't have any regrets. But also,
he's seen that she has her life together.
He wants that. He's a vampire.
He wants in on this, like, I have my life together.
He wants to suck the goodness out of her and not in a good way.
He's an energy vampire and I think a financial vampire. But based on your reaction, I'm backing off of that. You were like, no, that's not it. Spoiler alert, that's not it.
Well, but I think
he wants stability, and for a lot of immature men, marriage equals stability.
That's what it is.
And he's craving that. So he's like, marry me. And Lorelai, to her credit, is like, no, you idiot. Like, that's not going to solve it. And like, it wouldn't have solved it when we were 16, and it's not going to solve it now.
And she said, we don't know each other as adults, which I thought was...
I completely agreed, because you don't know yourself. You're a completely different person than you were 16 years ago. I am. You are. Everyone. Time marches on. We're all different people than we were 16 years ago, whether you want to think so or not. What's that?
We have different needs.
Yeah. And different, like, ways of going about doing your life.
Yeah. And he's like, I don't get why not. And she goes, honey, you can't even buy a book. And he says, oh, Rory ratted me out. Again, I want to shove you, Chris. I want to shove.
He's such an idiot.
Dare you?
And she's like, this is a small town. Everybody tells everything. Then she calls him out for, don't tell my daughter to lie to me.
Yes.
And you and I were like, yeah. Exactly.
Lorelai said all the right things in this episode. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Lorelai was on point.
Yeah.
But she's like, I begrudgingly, I had to pry it out of Rory that this happened, and don't tell my daughter to lie to me. Don't put her in that position. Kids of divorce know that this is a terrible position when one parent, especially if you don't hate one parent, both, and one of them says, don't tell your mom, unless it's a surprise party or like a present. If it's a secret, that, like, don't use the kid like that.
Yeah,
ever.
it's gross.
Ever.
It's really gross.